Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Poonam and I am here with part 2 of the fundamental rights. In last video, we have seen certain features of constitution and understood that under the Constitution of India, it guarantees us 6 basic fundamental rights, from which we have already covered 2 fundamental rights. That is right to equality and right to freedom. In this second video of fundamental rights, we are going to deal with the next 4 fundamental rights. The next 4 fundamental rights guaranteed under the Indian Constitution are the third and the most important, right against exploitation. Fourth, right to freedom and religion. Fifth, cultural and educational rights. And the sixth and very important, right to constitutional remedies. In America, these rights are known as the Bill of Rights, and in India, we know them as fundamental rights. In India, Part 3 of the Constitution speaks of fundamental right. Article 12 to 35 deals with the fundamental rights guaranteed to all citizens of India. The main objective of fundamental right is to secure political freedom through constitution. People's political freedom is secured by fundamental rights, and social and economic freedom are secured by the directive principles of state policy. Now, why is this right called as the fundamental right? The first most important is for any individual's all-round development. And the second is fundamental rights are such rights that without which any person will not be able to survive in a dignified manner. Now let's move to the important features of fundamental rights. First, fundamental rights are available against the state and not against a private individual. Second, fundamental rights are not of absolute nature. Reasonable restrictions may be imposed on them. Third, rights act as a check on unlimited or arbitrary powers of the state. Fourth, in emergency, fundamental rights can be suspended. Example, during the national emergency, Article 19 automatically stands suspended. But if the President feels necessary, he may suspend all fundamental rights. The 2 articles that are 20 and 21 cannot be suspended even during emergency. The Constitution is the supreme of all acts. All laws have to be consistent with the Constitution of India. Legislature cannot form law while its constitutional fundamental rights. Any law which violates the fundamental rights are void. There is a very important rule, the golden triangle, which says that if any one of article, that is Article 14 or Article 19 or Article 20 is violated, the other 2 articles get violated. Now let us come to the main topic, that is fundamental rights. The third fundamental right is right against exploitation. How exploitation is done? This article states that exploitation is done by human trafficking. Second, beggars and other forced laborers, bonded laborers. Third, employment of children below the age of 14 in factories, that is child labor. The whole idea behind this was not to allow the state or anyone to compel a person to work against his will and or misuse Next is right to freedom of religion. This right guarantees equal respect for protection of all religion. Every individual is having right to practice, propagate and profess any religion of his choice. If a person is born in a particular religion, he has right to practice, propagate and profess same religion, or he may also change to any religion of his choice on his own will and wish, subject to public order, morality and health. For example, right to propagate does not include any right to forcible conversion, since this may disturb public order. Now we come to the fifth right, cultural and educational right. This right guarantees every section of the citizen resident anywhere in India and having distinct language, script or culture the right to conserve the same. No citizen can be denied admission to any educational institute maintained or aided by the state on grounds of religion, race, caste, or language. Also, minorities have right to protect their language and culture. And the last fundamental right is right to constitutional remedies. Article 32. This right is to protect violation of any of the above mentioned five fundamental rights. This right is the soul of the Constitution. The above five fundamental rights, if infringed or violated, that person whose these rights are violated have the right to approach the highest court of justice. Our Constitution not only guarantees fundamental right but also guarantees right to move the highest court directly by appropriate proceedings for the enforcement of fundamental rights. Every citizen has the right to claim those rights protecting other articles. So, with this, my dear friends, we have come to the end of the basic fundamental rights that are guaranteed under the Indian Constitution. Hope you enjoyed this video on the information of fundamental rights. Besides, my dear friends, there are two very important articles under the right to freedom which we have covered in the last video. But these articles are very vast, that is Article 20, 21 and 23, which are very important and vast. I will cover this topic in my next video. Stay tuned for another informative video. Until then, thank you my friends. Take care. Stay fit.